seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody. There is not 10 seconds remaining until we're live. We are live now with the GosuCup Asia semi-final, game number 3 decider between First Departure and MiTH Trust. MiTH Trust took game number 1. First Departure bounced back, took game number 2 with a bit of Wisp and CK action that I caught in the end. And we're going to see who takes game number 3 now. We're going to jump into the draft because, as you guys can hear, the bands of picks, they're already underway. And so that is not the draft, that is my settings. Here we go, First Departure up against MiTH Trust, and it's First Departure over on the Radiant side, picking up Miracle's Anti-Mage right off the bat. They go for the Anti-Mage, they ban out the PL. This was all like, I feel like this is just something they had planned right off the bat. They knew they could ban out PL and then take Anti-Mage. MiTH Trust, they respond with a Shadow Demon. I like that initial response. I mean, making sure they get the Shadow Demon up their sleeves. Disruption, a useful tool against Anti-Mage, as well as basically, if he blinks in, he can die to a Shadow Demon. It's a support hero who can kill off the hard carry. If he blinks in, that is. You disrupt him, so he's basically then turns his own damage and mana burn on himself, and you follow it with a purge, so he can't get away. Once he's out of mana, he's pretty much screwed. That's where the Shadow Demon can come in as a nice little hero, and even if he's not blinking, if you get a disruption of him, having Anti-Mage illusions which last for 7 seconds, which you can turn on the enemy team, can be so useful. We'll see the First Departure side, now they look to start getting their team fight and supports. Puck and Rubik. This is 2 solid heroes which they can look to have. Puck partly as a solid mid hero to do well against the Queen of Pain. It's like, you pick Queen of Pain, we'll pick Puck, because Puck does very well in the mid lane against the Queen of Pain. They need the Rubik because otherwise, well, their support options quickly get diminished. You've got Shadow Demon already taken. Keeper of the Light's actually still in the pool, but the Keeper of the Light type draft doesn't work when you've gone for an Anti-Mage, I feel. That's not the way that First Departure want to play this. They want to go for the Rubik. They don't really want to an aggressive trialing when you've got an Anti-Mage. And MiTH Trust, in typical MiTH Trust fashion, they pick up Naga Siren. They love this Naga Siren pick as their trialing carry. They love to go for the big team fight. They've got the Queen of Pain for the mid lane. They don't have any off-lane hero yet. They may look for something like an Enigma to combine with the Naga Siren ultimate. Then you've got the big Wombo combo. And you can even send Enigma into the jungle if you want to do that as well. So they're not forced to run him as that off-lane hero where he may get punished by an Anti-Mage. So I really like what we're seeing come out of MiTH Trust in response. And we'll see how things are going to go from here. What's going to be next? Still no Clockwork. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Clockwork's gone on strike. Clockwork has gone on strike here at Beyond the Summit. I don't know what happened to it.
5 seconds
but
remaining.
Hey, Clockwork is decided to disappear from Beyond the Summit. Much like LD has decided to disappear from Beyond the Summit. LD is currently somewhere in the middle of Oklahoma. I kid you not. He's driving across country from Philadelphia to LA, and he's somewhere stuck in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest of the US. He's hopefully not too lost, hopefully not in trouble, hopefully not getting gangbanged by rednecks, but who knows? As long as he gets here okay, I'm going to be happy. I don't care how he gets here as long as he does get here. I don't care who he has to do some dirty favors to on the way. But without much further on that, we're going to focus on this game. We're going to focus on what these two teams can do to secure themselves a spot in the Grand Finals, a spot to take on Orange Esports. They're probably not that excited about that. They're like, okay, great Grand Finals. Oh shit, we've got to verse Orange Esports now, because Orange Esports are looking to be in top form. This is definitely the two teams who could be looking to give them a fight for their money. Orange have had, I mean, sure, they've been undefeated and crushing everyone, but they haven't really versed any, I'd say, top-tier teams in Southeast Asia. These are sort of your Tier 1 Southeast Asian teams. Or I guess if you're considering Orange and Zenith Tier 1, and these guys are your Tier 2 teams. But if we're looking at sort of a more general rankings, where some of the teams Orange has versed, they're your Tier 2 teams. These guys are your other Tier 1 teams. MiTH Trust, First Departure, you've got Zenith, who aren't actually playing in this competition, and then you're looking at teams sort of with a bit of a drop-off after that. The other team who sort of fits into this Tier 1 department is Neolution Int, who I believe got beat by First Departure. I think First Departure took out Neolution Int, so they got a bit of a revenge, because First Departure lost to Neolution Int in the SEA League third place decider, where Neolution Int beat them 2-1. So looks like First Departure got some revenge. We'll see if they can continue with this momentum with an Anti-Mage pick. Miracle, of course, one of his sort of trademark heroes. It's how they beat Zenith, actually. They beat Zenith in the Flash Dota 2 League, and it was on the back of a Miracle Anti-Mage. So once again, we'll see them looking to do that here. They ban out the Leshrac, and they'll probably maybe look to ban out the Lena as well. That's the other follow-up stunner for a Shadow Demon. Enigma now the ban, so no surprises there. It just has such great synergy with a Naga Siren, that, hey, you should be banning that out. Without a doubt, you want to be banning that out when your opponents have a Naga Siren, unless you're looking to pick it up yourself. If they were going to pick it up themselves, it does work as a decent Naga Siren counter, because as soon as you get the sleep wears off, you pop your BKB, and you should be able to get off a big black hole. Question is, do MiTH Trust look to go for another carry? Is Naga Siren and Queen of Pain enough for them? Naga Siren not really a hard carry, but it generally is that tri-lane hero. The Queen of Pain goes mid, and we'll have to see how else they want to play this. Well, I'm wondering if they look for another carry, it could be something like a Clinks, because then they run the offensive tri-lane. They can go Shadow Demon, Naga Siren with one more as an offensive tri-lane. Keeper of the Light actually still's in the pool. That's something MiTH Trust can use. I don't expect First Departure to go for a Keeper of the Light, but MiTH Trust, boy, they could definitely go for a Keeper of the Light. I'm surprised we haven't actually seen Keeper of the Light being picked up here. This is something new. I shouldn't be complaining, because we see way too much Keeper of the Light. And the last band's coming out, Sven as well as Nature's Prophet, from the two teams respectively. So 4th pick now for First Departure. They need another support. They also need, well, some kind of a solo. Something most likely for the offlane. Although, well, we'll have to wait and see whether or not they're going to run maybe Puck as an offlane hero. They could even, well, depending on what offlane hero they're expecting to go up against Anti-Mage, they could even run Anti-Mage in a 1v1 matchup. That's sort of where Anti-Mage really started to shine. He'd play these 1v1 matchups against heroes like Darkseer, where he'd just completely crush them in a 1v1 matchup. Same can apply somewhat to a Bounty Hunter. As I continually readjust my headset, I'm wearing perhaps the most uncomfortable headset I've ever felt. But we're doing okay. I'll soldier on. At some point I may just be like casting without a headset. I'll just put my headset on the table and cast into it. Put my earphones on, which is just so much comfier right now. So yeah, last couple picks coming out. First Departure, well, as far as the other support goes, I mean, jungle heroes are still there, but I don't think they want a Chen or Enchantress this game.
5 seconds
I think they want something with a bit more lockdown, something like a Sand King or an Earthshaker. Doom, of course! This is the team who brought Doom into the metagame, so they're going to do it once again here. I'm not surprised at all by this. I know some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, we've got a Doom pick from First Departure. They ran this on multiple occasions in the SEA League. They love this Doom pick. They really like this hero. They had the Wisp CK last game, and with CK not being the go-to choice here, they're going to pick up the Doom, and there's your other carry hero. I was questioning, do MiTH Trust get another carry hero? Because it didn't feel like there's enough damage. Naga Siren isn't a damage-dealing carry hero. And if anything, we're seeing a Naga Siren support maybe. We could be seeing Naga Siren play as a support in their tri-lane with Shadow Demon and Lifestealer if they really want to go for a lot of lockdown. And Snare can prevent Anti-Mage from blinking out, and Lifestealer, well, he does the deeps. We'll have to see. This Doom pick, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing, but you've got heroes who don't have to worry too much about Doom. Naga Siren, Lifestealer, they're just like, we're tanky. We can still right-click, although Queen of Pain is a hero who's going to be very, very cautious for a Doom. Chen is the last pick. I mentioned they don't normally go for junglers. They are going to do so here, so we're going to be seeing, I believe, a Doom solo mid with Puck in the off lane, Anti-Mage, Rubik as the dual lane in the safe lane. The one thing they have to be worried about is a potential offensive tri-lane coming out from MiTH Trust. Shadow Demon, Naga, Lifestealer, those three heroes can team up. We may even see Naga Siren, we see Lifestealer as a solo mid. If they're expecting Doom mid, Lifestealer does fine. 1v1 matchup against a Doom, he can handle himself. And they can put Queen of Pain in the 1v1 top against the Puck. That's the one time where Queen of Pain can beat a Puck, is in that side lane. Lena's the last pick, so we're looking at a tri-lane with Shadow Demon, Lena, and Lifestealer. Or Shadow Demon, Lena, and Naga Siren, I should say. It looks like we may be seeing a solo mid Lifestealer, or at least a safe lane solo Lifestealer. We'll have to wait and see. We'll hop ourselves into this game. We'll see how these lanes unfold. As the GosuCup semi-final, game number 3 decider, guys. This is it. Whoever takes this game is going into the grand finals. This is game 3. They've split games so far, and the GosuCup age, we've got, I think, I know we've got $1,000 in prize pool up for grabs. 500 for first, 300 for second, and 200 for third. We've got Team Gameware from Vietnam awaiting in the 3rd place match. Orange Esports guaranteed a top 2 finish. They 2-0'd Team Gameware in their semi-final. And this is the other semi-final, the closest semi-final as evidence. And we'll see how it unfolds here, how these lanes are going to work. Oh no, we haven't got a Miracle Anti-Mage. We've got Oh My Homies. Hashtag weakest link playing the Anti-Mage. I always wonder who these players are. Half of them are like aliases. I think this guy's on my I remember seeing this guy on my friends list. No, maybe not. I saw someone with a weakest link tag on my friends list the other day. We've got Lubby playing the Rubik. We've got Antimage in the hands of Oh My Homies. Miracle going to be playing the Doom. He looks like he's actually going to be jungling. Puck, Pelusin going to be heading towards the mid lane, and then finally Chen in the hands of Hoot A. Over on the Dire side, MiTH, we've got TNK playing the Lifestealer. R5 on the Lina. Shadow Demon in the hands of SD. Arba playing the Queen of Pain as a solo mid, and then Naga Siren, Lakels. It looks like he's going safe lane solo, and boy is this going to work out well, because he's up against absolutely nobody at top. I believe he's going to find himself up against nobody. It's going to be an empty top lane. I don't know what first... I'm wondering what first departure expecting these lanes to be, because if they know offensive trailing, they should be sending a hero top. Doom should be top against the Naga Siren or something, because he's going to farm faster at top lane than he will in the jungle. Unless he sort of like gets a huge stack with a Wildkin. He's going to head top. Yeah, he realizes. He's like, okay, it's trial lane bottom. Head top. It's a 1v1 matchup against Naga Siren. Naga Siren, he does find a DD rune early on at level 1. Arba, the solo mid player for MiTH against the Queen of Pain. Such a classic 1v1 mid matchup. Chen, realizing he has the whole jungle to himself now. Although he will have this spot blocked off. He may just go back for this Centaur now. We'll quickly see it get blocked out. Doesn't have any sentry wards. He pings. He thinks there's a sentry there. Although little does he know, there's nothing. Sentry ward is actually further down here. Rubik. It was actually just a manual block. That's the thing. It was a manual block. So Chen getting slightly outplayed. The mind games coming out from this Lina. Successful. And now Chen's going to see it spawn and realize what happened. Bottom lane is the anti-mage trial lane. Tengo's, as far as this is like the anti-trees anti-mage. Quelling Blade and 3 separate Tengos. I don't know. Somebody called the wildlife fund here, because he is just going to be chopping down trees left, right, and center. This sentry ward just out of vision. They think it's here. It's not here. Oh man, this is wasting a lot of time. And this lane's pushed up. They can't fight this trailing head on. They need to get this D-ward off, and they haven't succeeded in doing so. Both sentries being wasted, and they don't D-ward it. It's not going to last too long, because it's just a sentry ward, so it will expire faster than a normal observer ward, but this is not the start first departure we're hoping for there. How's top lane going? Doom versus the Naga. Doom's taking a lot of harass, actually. Just the 3 creep kills there. Sorry, we do pop up the CS chance. Sorry about that, guys. Casually forgetting. And we do see Lakels, one of the premier Southeast Asian carries. He's been on this MiTH team for quite some time, known for his great carry potential, and he's on top of this top lane for the time being, but the gank is going to be coming. Or is it maybe just a gank on mid? I don't imagine they go for a kill on mid. I don't think they can actually kill a mid lane here, the mid lane Queen of Pain. The escape is there. I mean, you go in, the smoke will get revealed, you've got to go top, and you want to kill Lakels. Lakels is the hero that you want to be bringing down. Oh, Miracle, be careful with how much damage you take there. First blood actually happens at mid lane. Puck.
First blood.
Pelusin, normally known for his very solid and stable solo mid play, gets taken out there in a 1v1 matchup. Queen of Pain did have a haste room, but still very unexpected here. You're going to see a telekinesis into a Centaur stun, or at least we should. Ooh! Lubby didn't really communicate properly there. He pulled him away from this, well, like, he pulled him back closer to this tower, as you often... I mean, your intuition says, okay, let's pull him further away from his tower. If the lift starts here, you want to pull him this way, because his tower's that way, and he wants to run to the safety of his tower. The problem was, Centaur was here. He pulled him away from the Centaur. The Centaur stun didn't land, and that was a bit of a misplay coming there from first departure. They miss a kill. That Centaur stun lands, they get that kill. And the first blood actually happened at mid lane. MiTH. That's boots and a bottle. Now up on Queen of Pain, and Puck has neither. Puck doesn't have his bottle, doesn't have his boots. He's level 4, but Queen of Pain even better off. Level 5.5. Top lane Doom now has his bottle up. He's actually gone for a tornado creep, so we may see a bit of stacking happening.
Dire's top tower is
as he'd love to get some flash farm with that. Tornado just being dropped. Oh, Miracle, you troll. He's trying to chase him, but that tornado does not move fast enough. Now the chase is on. Lakels his boot though, and he's going to run back once again down river. They're not going to be able to catch up to him, it doesn't look like.
Dire's top tower
No boots
is
on the
under
supports,
attack.
and well, look, Hells. He's speedy. He zips around, and Queen of Pain, another rune picked up. Queen of Pain has had complete utter rune control. And look at this bot lane, Anti-Mage. Oh man, Anti-Mage 0-0-0. Not a single creep kill to his name. He's now gone into this jungle, but he is just having a miserable time at bottom where TNK has had complete free farm. 29 creep kills, we're just 4 minutes in. He's getting over 7 creep kills a minute.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which is essentially free farm, man. All in all, these lanes are working very, very poorly for first departure. The Doombringer at top is the one here who's getting some farm all of a sudden because of the pressure going on in the Naga Siren, but he was losing this lane until the two supports came up. It was the two supports rotating that turned this lane around, but even so, Team First Departure are going to be very worried about their Anti-Mage's farm. He kills off this small camp with all these tangos he's been pulled, but right now, things not going too well for him, and he's going to have the two supports, Shadow Demon and Lina, coming in, looking to gank him very shortly. Oh, Queen of Pain and Puck duking out at mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Anti-Mage's got to be careful. He's going to run right into these supports if he's not careful. Uh-oh, here we go. Shadow Demon Disruption. We have to see if Lina can time this before the blink comes in. He's going to do so. It's going to be enough damage. Puck comes in with the silence. Not enough damage. Anti-Mage goes down. The mana burn from his own illusions coming into play. Now Pelosin's out of mana. Queen of Pain with an ultimate screams down the Queen of Pain.
Death travels faster.
I should say Sonic Waves down. The Scream being the Scream of Pain, his third kill, not being used, but all in all, a 3-0 kills lead towards MiTH Trust, and boy, things looking good for them very early on, and good for them in quite a large way. Well, the gold not really going to be reflected because they lost their tier 1 top tower, but that's really being forced out from first departure. They're like, okay, we've got to make something happen, and it's the Chen push at top lane. They're creep skipping, they're just taking out these towers as fast as possible, but the overall farm that MiTH Trust is getting is just far superior. They're winning 2 lanes convincingly, both bottom and middle lane. Top lane is actually, I mean, Lakel's isn't, I mean, he's struggling, but he's doing okay. He's getting XP. That's where there's going to be a big difference. The XP. Over 2k lead now for MiTH Trust. 3 heroes still grouped at top, so it looks like they want to go not just for tier 1, they also want this tier 2. Lakel's being very aggressive with his positioning. Telekinesis brings him back, but hey, things not going to go too well. Shadow Demon comes in from the side with a disruption. Hoot going to get ensnared up. We're not going to see. Actually, we are going to see a kill because Arba's coming with a scream. He secures the kill on Shen. Hoot goes down. Lubby going to just TP his way out of there. He goes home, all the way back to base, and another kill from MiTH Trust here. 6.5 minutes in, and first departure. Despite taking a game off MiTH Trust in game number 2 with the Wisp CK, here in game 3. This new strategy, the Doom Anti-Mage, is just not working out for them at all. Queen of Pain goes, blinks in, gets a scream off, and Pelosin just... It just feels like they're getting razzled. Even just basic things like phase shifting that scream. I mean, it's something where you have to have some fast reactions, but normally Pelosin would get those. Doom is lurking around, hoping for Queen of Pain to look to go in for a kill. Pelosin's trying to bait this. This is a pure and utter bait. Lubby going to show himself though, and the problem is, now that he's shown 2, Queen of Pain going to play a lot more cautious. Anti-Mage. He's got 6 creep kills, but pretty much, I'd say 3 or 4 of those are neutral creeps. And when I say neutral creeps, I mean these neutral creeps. Really, really cost-ineffective ones. Ones that give about 10 gold apiece. So he is nowhere near as farmed as he'd like to be. I mean, look at his net worth. 1,000 net worth total. He's down there with the supports, down there with the dregs. Shadow Demon, Lina, and Rubik. And then there's Anti-Mage. Even his own teammate, the Chen, is ahead of him. Okay, I take that back. He's got some Tranquil Boots now, but boy is he struggling. Can't really find any farm at this bottom lane. TNK's got himself some early treads. Bracer as well, probably going to be looking for that Drum of Endurance. As that, well, bottom lane, Shadow Demon and Lina found themselves another kill, this time on the Rubik. Mid, Arba. Duking it out with Puck. Pelosin is really not had the best game so far. Getting solo killed was just the start, and from there he found himself another death not much later. Smoke coming. Shadow Demon and Lina have really been the ones to set the game tempo though. They've been very active on this map. Involved in 4, well, Shadow Demon's in 4 of these kills and Lina in 3 of them. And now they want Anti-Mage. A disruption followed up by a Lina stun should be enough. Oh, he walks right into him. Disruption just before the blink comes off. Lina needs to get this stun. Does so perfectly with a Dragon Sleep. Is there enough damage? Blink out just in time. 30 HP on Anti-Mage. He survives this onslaught, but he's going to be forced back to Fountain to heal. I don't think he wants it. Well, I'm surprised he even uses a Tango there, as he's not going to be going back to lane. He may have well just saved those Tangos, but I think immediate reaction is like, oh crap, I've got a Tango. Maybe there's a Shadow Poison on me, but no. He's going to be okay for the time being, but he's being continually zoned out of this lane. He's just really struggling. I have to see if Chen and Rubik can create some space for him. Maybe look to keep on pushing this top tier 2 tower. Problem is, if they get caught by a Song of the Siren from Naga, that can set up for a Queen of Pain to come in with an ultimate. Lifestealer can TP in. It's a setup spell. At this point, Naga Siren is not being played as their main carry. Naga Siren's been playing as sort of that setup initiator with an ultimate. Even Queen of Pain's going to be looking for more farm and carry based items, and then you've also got the Lifestealer who's starting to build towards an arm lane. TNK is at a great time at this bottom lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
And now top lane, Hude and Lubby once again looking to apply some pressure and keep. It's always this is a team that's often built around Miracle. They love to sort of protect his farm, but he's not playing the anti-mage this game. He's playing a Doom, which is not a hero which is going to be able to carry them through this game, I don't feel. He has got a lot of farm to his name right now, but whether or not it's going to be enough is going to be the big question. Naga Siren, ooh, looking to find an opening to go in here. Shadow Demon will get the disruption from the side, but Lina is out of range, and Puck's actually come in. This is Shadow Demon, SD in all sorts of trouble, but Naga Siren does have a sleep. Uses it just to save Shadow Demon, so really looking out for his team there. Surprising they didn't look to use it to sort of set up for a Lina initiation, but they decide to use it defensively. They're now also smoked up. They may be looking for a kill here. Doom, he's very tanky. Lubby is actually going to be the one they maybe find here. Oh, Telekinesis going to stun. Oh, a couple more if he's not careful. Doom going to be dropped on Lakel's. Lakel's just going to back out of there. Shadow Demon, you've got to back up. MiTH Trust do not want to fight this, and this is going to be the end of SD if he's not careful. No chasing power though. Doom does not have the movement speed or any points in the level death to actually keep on chasing. Just the 1 point, and MiTH Trust get out of there. They dodge a bullet, and it's Puck though who does manage to land something with the help of Antimates. They get a kill on mid lane on the Queen of Pain. Helps Antimate to get himself up to level 6. And now Antimate says, oh my gosh, I've finally got a lane where I can farm. He gets his 8th, 9th, and now he's going to go into double digits as far as CS goes. Antimage is high rolling now. But boys, he would hope for some more. He is one poor Anti-Mage. Arcane boots up on Miracle on his Doom. Probably he's actually maxed out the Scorched Earth. Probably going to look to go back for that level death now. His team needs some more. Needs some more burst damage. Needs some more killing power. As the kills, Soul Ring and Tranquil Boots, the popular duo here, using this to take out this neutral stack. And back to top lane he goes. Doesn't have to worry about Doom for a short while. 30 seconds till that's back off cooldown. TNK, I reckon he's got his armlet. Yep, armlet coming out. 11 minutes in, he's got his treads as well as an armlet, and this spells trouble. Antimage is not going to have any chance of fighting head on. He's just going to have to hope for his own sake that he can get some farm and he can play a more split push style of game. Because the head-on team fights are not going to work for him. He's not going to be able to do enough damage. Unless he can maybe isolate some support heroes. But fighting this Lifestealer, fighting this Naga Siren, just never going to be plausible. Oh, Arbor. Just looking to regroup with his team at mid lane. TNK just, I mean, he's on his own. He's just completely solo pushing here. The only hero he has to worry about is a Doom, because other heroes he can just rage and TP out from. Also, Antimage actually can stop a rage TP, so if he gets sort of 3-4 man ganked, he could actually go down. He can't just rely on his rage TP because of this Antimage ultimate as well as the Doom. And the Antimage is there with an illusion rune. Well, it looks like they're actually going to go on TNK. He's not going to TP out just now. I think he knows that he can't because of this Doom, but he fights his way out of this. There's your Telekinesis. Doom maybe going to come a bit later. TNK going to try and fest into a creep. He's going to succeed in doing so. Immediately comes back out, and well, with the rest of the MiTH Trust team making their way into the fight, it looks like they're not going to commit to this. Interesting that Doom doesn't make a go for it. Pelosin is going to make a go for it for his team's sake. Antimage is there, does have an ultimate, needs to look for an opening, can't actually find it just yet. He does drop it finally on the Shadow Demon, doesn't do much damage. Shadow Demon had almost full mana, but he only had about 20 HP, so it's going to force him back. All 4 heroes now going to get slept up by the Naga Siren, and it looks like it's purely defensive. MiTH Trust have no intent of engaging. And it's a bounce back. First departure. Finds some much needed kills on Queen of Pain and Shadow Demon. Antimage gets involved. He even gets a kill for himself. He's up to 1300 gold now, so all in all, it's a decent fight for First Departure, who were looking like they were in a terrible, terrible position. TNK wasn't really there. He didn't take part. He's up to 100 creep kills, but, well, we'll have to wait and see. I'll have to see whether or not First Departure looked to give some more space to the anti-mage. They prioritised the Doom for the most part. They really did leave him out to hang and dry at bottom lane. They sent both supports top. They abandoned the bottom tri lane, and the one reason they did that was because they failed the D-ward, the sentry ward that was here. It prevented this pull from happening. If they D-warded that, they would have stuck with the tri lane bottom, I feel. But as soon as they couldn't use this neutral pull, they decided bottom lane was lost. That was the one factor which essentially won the early game for MiTH Trust. MiTH Trust would have not won the early game if they'd got the D-warded there. If First Departure had successfully D-warded this camp and had this pull available, Anti-Mage could have actually got some farm. He could have just farmed under his tower with Rubik pulling the way back. But as soon as that lane pushed out to here, they can't pull it back because this pull had been blocked. So one small thing can make a world of difference. It's where these players, like if you look at some of the top teams and top players, they spend hours just looking at positions where you can plant wards, where you need to put your sentry wards to D-ward. Every little spot they make sure that they know about, so they can make sure they get those D-wards, because it can just be so crucial to the entire game. Especially when you have two teams who are really even, which is what we've seen from First Departure and MiTH Trust here as they're tied one game apiece. The smallest thing can make such a big difference. And for MiTH Trust, they've capitalized pretty well on it so far, although Queen of Pain, who had a great start at mid lane, is now just 3-2, not looking anywhere near as farmed as she once did. 54 creep kills only, and what started as, I believe, a 3-0 Queen of Pain, with a lot of farm, winning the mid lane, including getting a solo kill, has suddenly turned into a much smaller threat overall. They put more farm on the lifesteal as well as Naga Siren now, although I'd rather see this Naga Siren just play the sort of the ultimate tank. I don't think we need to be seeing a Radiance build on this Naga Siren. Queen of Pain looking for this puck. Phase shift on cooldown for another second or two, but Arba not going to be looking to commit too heavily for this. He knows one hero as a counter ganker can just ruin his plans. One telekinesis, one doom, and he's overextended. TNK going to continue his farm. He's going to go back for the drums. Interesting. Decides he needs that additional movement speed and stats. Unless he's going for something like an Orchid. I mean, we could see an Orchid as a way of dealing with the anti-mage if he wants to get solo kills, prevent the blink out, but Orchid lifesteal is just such an old school type build. Something you don't see much of, and I imagine it's not going to be the case here. Anti-mage, he's got his Claymore. He's using to help him jungle. The Tranquil Boots are there. He's got the HP regen from that, and, well, this is going to help him just jungle as fast as possible. Quelling Blade up as well, so anything you can get for additional damage. Puck's actually finished off a Blink Dagger now, so Pelusin, he's back in this game as well. The one hero who's just going to be such a threat is TNK. So a slightly unusual build. Tread's Armlet back into the drums. Normally it's the phase drums. Tread's drums also plausible, but interesting that he gets the drums after the Armlet. He hasn't been taking part in any of these fights, so it's kind of, I mean, this is sort of an early fight, but with Treads as well as drums, you're expecting to fight and engage, but the problem was bottom lane got abandoned, so there was no openings to get kills. First Departure recently kept this lifesteal, I don't know about smaller, because instead of giving him kills, they gave him complete free farm. He's sitting on 120 creep kills right now, which is absolutely insane. This is like Mushi level of farm right now. As MiTH Trust are looking to set up a bit of a trap here. Arba's there. Have they got Naga Siren? It looks like Naga Siren's seeing at top lane. Yeah, Naga Siren no to be seen, so we're not going to be seeing that sleep initiation. And oh, Doom, if he gets burst down, that's going to be what we're looking for here. Queen of Pain looking for a Scream and an ultimate onto the Doom. Not going to be enough damage to bring him down right off the bat. Queen of Pain just forced to blink his way out of there. Shen does have an ultimate, does have a heal. The Hand of God can come into play if they need be, and Doom not going to do enough damage onto TNK. He's going to look to turn things around as soon as this Doom wears off, I believe. He's going to come back in now from the side. He's going to go right up to the Chen. Hand of God gets popped, but he gets burst down so damn fast. Doom now on the run. Lifesteal are going to take out one of Chen's creeps. Infests inside, comes back out, takes out Lubby. Lubby's stolen actually a Sonic Wave, but that does absolutely nothing. And now TNK is chasing once again. Just the one level in open wound. So this has got a long cooldown at level 1. Puck goes in some trees, TPs his way out of there. TNK realizes he can't chase, and, well, he changes target. Once again, it's the Chen creeps. He's taken out one. Let's make it 2. Chen loses both his creeps in the fight, one to infest, one to some right-click damage, and MiTH Trust, well, not a dominant fight, but a fight they still come out on top of. TNK, he got doomed, and then MiTH Trust just wisely backed off until the doom was over, and then TNK re-engaged. And this entire time they have Naga Siren farming at the top lane, causing issues. Oh, anti-mage. Boy, does he get low there. Those illusions. Lakel's is just watching that top lane thinking, ooh, this is going to be close. Let's time this Riptide and try and burst him down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lifestealer. Are you kidding me? No, he's got a Blink Dagger, surely. He's got Orb as well as a Blink. He's trapped though. Oh, I don't think they know. He needs to cancel. Don't reveal yourself. He's okay, it looks like. He's cancelling enough. He's going to orb his way out of there now. And he should be okay. He's also got that blink back up. He's going to go back to base to heal up that mana. Mid lane, meanwhile, Doom. He's got that headlit vitality booster for some time now. We'll have to wait and see where he wants to go with this. Could pick up a Vanguard, but he's had the gold for that for some time here, so it doesn't look like he will. Queen of Pain. Bit of cheeky play there. Steals the room from under Doom's fingers. B-ball top lane. Once again, it's the Naga illusions. Just being sent on the anti-mage time and time again. As Oh My Homies is just looking to get that Battle Fury up, and he's so far really struggled to do so. Bottom lane, Doom and Puck, they've found TNK. They're going to look to pop the Doom. He's going to TP. He's got the Doom if he wants to cancel it, so TNK decides on doing that. And the problem is, Armlet's still on. This Armlet's going to just eat away at his HP. Lena's stun going to get completely dodged. Going to maybe go for a deny here. No deny coming in, and TNK goes down to a Doom. Oh, and Park finishes off Lena as well. 2 kills go the way of first departure. This is fantastic for them, because the entire time it's getting kills, and it's more time and space for anti-mage. All these kills means that MiTH Trust getting their ability to push and apply pressure is getting stifled, and that means anti-mage, even though this is going to be a very late battle for it, suddenly becomes less of an issue when MiTH Trust aren't as farmed as they could be. Is this a relic coming out? Oh, it is a relic. Lakel's, I think he just looks at this situation and says, we're going late game, aren't we? If we're going late game, I need a Radiance. If MiTH Trust kept on dominating this sort of early to mid game, he wouldn't want to go this build. But with the way things have gone the last couple of minutes, he's going for the Radiance, and it will pay off in the long term. And that's probably where we're going, with an anti-mage as well as Doom with a lot of farm. Are we even going to see a relic come out on this Doom? He's got 3k gold. Otherwise, we look at something like a Shadow Blade. Have that initiation power. I think Shadow Blade's still a decent, viable item here on Doom. Such great damage you can get out of it. Though the fact he hasn't bought anything yet, it looks like his career is lurking around this shop. Has got the vitality boost if he wants to go for something like a Hard he can, but Hard is just such a questionable item to get up against a Lifestealer. Lifestealer just lives off you having additional HP. The tankier you are, the happier Lifestealer is. The more he can Lifesteal, and he gets bonus damage based on that. It's going to be a Void Stone. It looks like Anti-Mage's Void Stone. And this is the making of that Battle Fury. He's still about 600 gold away from it. There's your Shadow Blade. I mentioned it's a great item for Doom, and it really is here. Having this initiation, he can just get kill after kill with this. Shadow Demon and Lena especially. Queen of Pain, very squishy. Sure, you've got this Orchid, but that's not going to help you out when Doom is coming in Invis. We're going to maybe see MiTH Trust forced to buy a gem, or at least a lot of Sentry Wards very soon. And this Shadow Blade is going to catch him by surprise, because they didn't see any of the pieces. He didn't buy the Claymore first. Didn't buy the Shadow Amulet. He just went straight into the full piece. They're more likely just... I mean, they know he has a lot of gold, but they don't know whether or not he's going to have a Shadow Blade right off the bat. So this will catch him by surprise. He's used it here. He's trying to come in on mid lane. It's actually been an engagement. They found Antimage. He's being silenced up. They're going to burst him down in perfect timing. Lena now on the outskirts going to get... I will get a stun off on this Doom before going down. Doom goes on TNK. He hasn't popped his armlet as well. He's very squishy. Instead up. Centaur stun as well. TNK going to go down. He will survive just a little bit longer because of disruption here, but he's not going to be able to survive the Doom. Damage should be enough. Will be enough. Sleep just going to buy this MiTH Trust team a bit of time to escape, but they've already lost lifesteal here, and this Doom pick is working out for them. Queen of Pain now going to look to turn things around on Lubby. Queen of Pain drops the ultimate, but Rubik is taking this like a man. He's not taking enough damage to go down, and now it's going to be SD who could fall to this Doom here. Shadow Demon Disruption going to try to buy him some time. He's still Shadow Bladed up, so he just goes walking right past those illusions. SD now going to get caught out. One right click's going to be enough to finish him off. Punt orbs his way through Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain forced to blink away and into the Roshan pit. Down going to go this tier 1 tower, unless a Naga Siren Illusion can have something to say about this, and they're actually going to go flying in. No Riptide being used just now. Radiance is up though, so the kills will keep this tier 1 mid tower alive. Force first departure back for the time being. Shadow Blade being used, telekinesis is there. What's been stolen? It looks like nothing to help it provide any additional lockdown. No Doom up, and he's stolen the speed already. I'd love to have a Centaur stun right about now, I feel. There's Doom, level 13, and he's got a lot of farm. You can see why they wanted to give more space to the Doom. He's this mid-game hero that can just control the game pretty damn well. Anti-Mage just needs his Battle Fury, and he's getting it very, very late, but it's better late than never. As the problem is going to be Naga Siren is getting a ton of farm going his way. I mean, look at these CS charts. 150 creeps for Lifesteal, 140 for Naga Siren. The overall farm is heavily favouring MiTH Trust, but the last couple engagements, as far as the hero composition goes, First Departure doing just fine. Puck and Doom, just such dominant teamfight heroes. You've got the AoE silence on the Puck, and then basically you say, okay, who's going to be the key hero to take out of the fight for Doom? Generally, it's the Lifestealer. He dooms that hero off, and then suddenly, Puck deals with the supports, Doom deals with the key heroes, or a key hero, and then the only hero that's really doing any damage is maybe a Queen of Pain. There's only really one hero to worry about in Queen of Pain if you manage to doom the Lifestealer and focus down the supports with a Puck. So all in all, things are... These team fights for First Departure are just really powerful. Not to mention the Chen Hill, which they've now got. Gem actually being picked up as well from Chen, so really looking to control the map. De-ward as much as possible. Deny vision from MiTH Trust. Arba has been searching for a while. This Queen of Pain and Lifesteal have teamed up, and for some time been unable to find any kills with this. First Departure is spending a lot of time grouped up, and rightfully so when you're up against this ganking Queen of Pain Lifestealer duo. Anti-Mage has his Battle Fury gold now. He's going to be so relieved. He can farm out Ancients, he can flash farm neutrals now. This is going to help him accelerate that GPM tremendously. Some tier 1 towers as well would be great as well to help him get up that fast Manta style. He may even just look to come to these fights. This is much more a fighting Anti-Mage build. He's gone for the max mana break and Bleak. He's not got any stat points, so he's not going all out farm. Although, I mean, he is still that farming carry here, but he's looking to go for a build where he knows he's going to have to fight. He knows there's going to be quite a few engagements here. Puck. Is there going to be a blink? There's a blink silence. Queen of Pain. Also, Dreamcore. MiTH Trust going to be caught out of position here. Is there actually any Doom up? It looks like he's already used it on Naga Siren. Queen of Pain with an instant buyback. TNK going to be able to do a lot of damage here because Doom not being up. But Doom being used to take out Naga Siren there, who's picked up a Yasha now. First Departure are just fighting so much better, so much more efficiently. They're being so much smarter with their fight choice, and this is after getting completely destroyed in the laning stage. MiTH Trust, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they should have had this game. But they're just really getting caught out time and time again, and look at the farm that we're seeing now being accrued on heroes like this Doom. He's got 3.2k gold on top of the Shadow Blade, as well as his Vitality Booster and Arcane Boots. Anti-Mage, he's had this Battle Fury now for just a minute or so, and he's already up to 1k gold. Going to probably start working on that Manta style. And then we look at him sort of picking up, disassemble the Tranquil Boots, get yourself some Strength Treads. He needs the HP. Also, the Vlads will help him out quite significantly. Top jungle, Arba. He's had the treads and the Orchid, but he's feeling fairly squishy. He started off 3-0, but now he's just 3-3. He's maybe had an assist or two since then, but all in all, MiTH Trust, I mean, their last kills have been very few and far between. Look at this, they had all these kills to start things off, and then, after this 2 kills here, well, they've had 2 kills and given away 6 or so. Of the last 8 kills, 2 have gone the way of MiTH Trust. Anti-Mage finds himself an Invis rune, and we'll see where he wants to go. He's actually going to get dusted up. Dust Silence and Queen of Pain completely outguessed. Queen of Pain actually going to get caught out here. Arba in no man's land. Punishes him for that, and now Anti-Mage can look to scout some heroes out with this Invis rune. Has a mech up as well if needed. Pause coming out from MiTH Trust, and more than anything, they just need to sort of mentally regroup here. They are just completely out of sorts. MiTH Trust is seemingly, I mean, throwing out what looked to be a game that should have been theirs. As Anti-Mage, it may not have been a fast Battle Fury, but Battle Fury did come. Problem is, with having these 4 points in mana break, it means when he does get disrupted, he's taking a lot more damage. That's kind of where the 1 point in mana break, the 1-1-1 stats build began because of Shadow Demon picks. You'd often pick Shadow Demon against an anti-mage, so he wouldn't get as many points in mana break. Problem with the 4 points in mana break, if he gets disrupted, he's going to burn his own mana in a second. Whereas with the 1 point in mana break, he's guaranteed to be able to get a blink off. But with the 4 points, if he's not fast with that blink after a disruption, he may burn all his own mana before he can blink away, and then he's in a bit of trouble. But right now, all the trouble's coming the way of MiTH Trust. Yasha Radiance on Lakel's. R5, R5 with the Lina. I mean, this is just basic support items. The two supports have not been able to make much progress since their early game dominance. Whereas, look at the Radiant team. The Chen, the 4th position, has a mech with a gem. Sorry, no Arcane Boots up. Rubik, Arcane Boots, as well as a Magic Wand. So, the Radiant team first departure, overall, I mean, their supports are doing very well. Lina has some Arcane Boots for the Dire team, and hasn't been able to be doing all that much. This is a level 9 Lina. You should have a lot of at least kills or assists. You should be getting involved a lot, but only 3 of these 8 kills Lina's taken part in. And the last 5 or 6 minutes, there's not been any kills going MiTH Trust's way, and that's with a level 9 Lina on the field. Surely you think Lina could be looking to get some kills either on Chen, Rubik, or even the Puck. If Puck, whenever his phase shifts on cooldown, there's a lot of burst damage that you can throw at him. Problem is, right now we're looking at 4-star and Blink Dagger on this Puck. A lot of mobility. Looks like Queen of Pain going to reconnect back in now. We'll have to see whether MiTH Trust can compose themselves, whether or not they can look to regroup. Because right now, sure, they may be ahead as far as raw numbers goes, but a 4k gold lead, XP, well, that's no longer in their favor. That's one thing which you could tell First Departure just having a much better go of in the last couple of minutes. And these, whoever's had the more recent kills, those are the ones where you're getting more XP. They're kills on higher level heroes. The early game kills have a much lower impact as far as the XP difference goes. Antimate's going to continue farming in his own jungle now. Make as good a use as he can of this Battle Fury. He needs some more attack speed, which is where, well, either Yasha or just Treads come into play. Could see these Tranquil Boots disassembled for Vlad's and then the Treads picked up as well there. But for the time being, I mean, it is all about farming. First Departure aren't in any rush this game. I don't think they feel that the Naga Siren's going to be a big threat, and rightfully so. It's not really a hard carry of sorts. It's a great setup with the ultimate, but this Radiance Manta that we could be seeing come out is not going to be something which can be used to sort of, out-carry an anti-mage. Maybe in a head-on fight with an Ensnare, you can kill an anti-mage off, especially with some additional mana burn and a Shadow Demon Disruption, but all in all, Anti-Mage is the scarier hero because of the split push power, because of how fast he can flash farm. Naga Siren, you've got the Radiance Illusions farming out most of your own neutrals, but your item progression as a Naga Siren, you don't scale as well into the late game as an Anti-Mage does. As an Anti-Mage now, onto his own Ancients. He's up to 2k gold. What's it gonna be? He needs to pick something up here. No point saving up that gold. He's going to farm a lot faster if he picks up a Yasha or some Treads. Saving it up and keeping it a big surprise is, well, the only surprise is his lack of farm then, in that case. Although, this game, nothing against the Anti-Mage. He's had a tough time. He got left as a solo at bottom. He's not really... his slow, like, 22-minute battlefield was nothing to do with... no fault of his own. It was his team's decision to prioritize the Dooms farm, and speaking of Doom's farm, I mean, he's looking to build either a Shiver's Guard or an Assault Cuirass here. And Doom's had a lot of farm going his way. Overall net worth, well, he's up there. That's, if you look at the CS, you think, wow, there's a huge, huge lead for MiTH Trust. Puck. Oh. The Queen of Pain Life Stealer combo. This is why he got this 4-star. He can escape this combo. He can actually get out of there. Puck gonna go all in. Force actually force a phase shift and get away from this Life Stealer. He's gonna get doomed up now and snared as well. Queen of Pain, well, can only stand and watch. Blink actually stolen by Lubby, as well as a Puck core being dropped. They're looking for Arbor. They want more. They're gonna maybe find more if Arbor's not careful here. He's gonna get silenced up. He will get burst down. Arbor gonna bring down the Puck with him, but Queen of Pain takes a fall as well as Life Stealer. Two of the 3 carries from MiTH Trust take a fall in quick succession. All in all, things just, well, struggling. Things are a big, big struggle for MiTH Trust. They're just going for kills that they're not getting. Like, they go on the Puck there with the Queen of Pain lifesteal. They think, okay, we've got the silence. He's not going to be able to face it, but he's had this Force Staff. This Force Staff is the answer to that Orchid that we have on the Queen of Pain. It bought him enough time, and then you had the Chen Heal coming in. Everything for First Departure is just so well thought out right now. Anti-Mage, he's going to get himself some more farm. Steals the enemy Ancients. Takes a ton of damage at it, but hey, he's quite happy to steal those. Get himself some extra gold. Now up to 1500. Nagas are in the top lane. Not going to finish off a Manta Style. Going to go back for a Heart of Tarask here by the looks of things. And Doom has finished off a Shiver's Guard. So big item progression coming out on him.
Haste.
Anti-Mage is now up to 1700, so we'll see where he wants to go with this. Imagine it's the Manta Style. It's just a matter of whether he looks to disassemble these Tranquil Boots, get those treads nice and early, but for the most part, First Departure just looking to buy time. Now, First Departure, I think they're feeling pretty confident here. They're looking to start moving out. They've smoked up. They're going to look to go on the enemy side of the map. There's actually a dire ward on this lane which they can avoid. Doom is sort of almost being used as bait here. Although MiTH Trust nowhere in the neighborhood. They're actually over near the Roshan pit. Arbor as well as SD lurking around. R5. He's looking to continually stack these Ancients. Last time he stacks it for the Anti-Mage, so he needs to be careful that it doesn't get stolen once again by Anti-Mages. Well, the roam through the enemy jungle. First Departure really just looking to... I mean, if anything, they're just looking for a pick off and then back off. They're not looking for a game-changing fight, because Anti-Mage isn't actually there. He's still farming. Everything they're doing is just to buy this Anti-Mage time to keep on farming. And now top lane. We've still got this Doom. Shiver's Guard. He's now up to 2.4k gold again. May look to soon turn this Vitality booster into a Heart of Tarask. 504 on Miracle. He's had a fantastic game, and all in all, First Departure, I mean, they had the slow start, but they're making up for it, and making up for it pretty quickly. They're going to find themselves losing out on an Aegis, though, as MiTH Trust are going to take an uncontested Roshan here. But I think with the way the last few fights have gone, they're not too worried about MiTH Trust having an Aegis. They're getting towers, they're getting some map control out of it. They get a tier 2 tower. They may look to get some high ground wards up, or at least some offensive wards up to help them set those kills. Problem is, when they smoked earlier around here, they didn't know where to go for kills. They haven't got much map vision. They've got one near the Roshan pit, but apart from that, they don't have any vision near this top lane. As the entire First Departure team decide to back things off now. Retreat is on. Anti-Mage has his Manta Style, so 32 minutes. A lot slower than you'd normally expect, but all in all for Anti-Mage, he's close enough to where he needs to be, and it's not as if MiTH Trust are suddenly zooming ahead. They have got... Ooh, well, with that said, we've got an Abyssal Blade finished on Lifestealer, so they get some additional lockdown. They've got two great carry heroes to deal with an Anti-Mage, both Lifestealer as well as Naga Siren. You've got the Ensnare, and you've also got, well, a great sort of head-on fighting carry in the Lifestealer, not to mention with the Abyssal Blade, he's got the lockdown he needs to help to guarantee that he can maybe kill an Anti-Mage. And MiTH Trust is just going to look to keep playing this with the split push style of play. Naga Siren with the Radiant Illusion is just going to be sent to all the lanes. And basically, I mean, by being in the enemy jungle, he's also denying First Departure of a lot of farm. This is farm that First Departure would love to be picking up on either their Anti-Mage or their Doom, but Naga Siren is taking it with his own illusions, and that's problematic. He sends a couple into the neutrals, he can send a couple to the lanes, he can look to just keep these lanes pushed out, and First Departure, well, that's going to be MiTH Trust. I mean, looking to this little dip down, going the way of MiTH Trust is because of this split farm. And the supports for First Departure, we see not a huge amount being picked up on this Rubik. He needs something like a 4-staff of his own almost at this point in the game. It's a great way of dealing with Lifesteal as well as Naga Siren. You need to kite these carries around. Melee carries, I mean, basically get torn to pieces by kiting. Stuff like GosuCup to prevent them from attacking, and then 4-staff to give them mobility issues. Top lane, Boots of Travel actually picked up from Puck. He's really going to need a Sheepstick this game to help deal with the Lifestealer as well as the Naga Siren. Sheepstick is going to be essential here, I feel. think they heard the blink there more than anything there. They heard a blink from the side. The Arbor actually blinked up. He does manage to get his way out of there, so... They thought they might be able to catch him. Not going to happen. They're pinging in these trees here. They're expecting him to be there. They're going to actually go on TNK. Immediately doomed up. He's got an Aegis though. He's going to be coming back to life here. Can they actually kill him twice? That is going to be the big question here. And he may just look to Rage and TP. He hasn't got a TP on him. He can quickly buy one and then look to Rage and TP. I think well, First Departure is going to look to retreat here. Silence coming out on the Doom. He's going to be sent back to base by Chen. So First Departure, take out an Aegis, and then back off. They don't look to overcommit here. Further back though, it's Antimage. He's found some squishies. He's found a Nagasaran actually, not a squishy at all. It's actually now going to be Antimage's getting jumped on by a Lifestealer. Lifestealer bursts him down. Queen of Pain helps out. Queen of Pain still has an Orchid up. Good look to turn things around here. Silence followed up by some burst damage here. Not going to happen though. He's going to get burst down himself by the Puck. Puck comes flying in from the side. Antimage not going to be on the playing field for some time now. MiTH Trust do trade 2 for 2. They finish off the Doom as well. So all said and done, it's a fight that does go MiTH Trust's way. They lose the Aegis. Slightly closer to a 3 for 2 if we include the Aegis, but the 2 kills they got on Antimage and Doom, the 2 key heroes for First Departure. All in all, it's a win for them. As our First Departure going to maybe get some chip damage on this tier 1 bottom tower. They'd love to start picking up this last tier 1 at bottom, but it's MiTH Trust who use the Aegis. They do bait out of Doom there, and they get 2 kills on 2 key heroes, Antimage as well as Doom. Oh, Park, he's found Shadow Demon. Boots of Travel pickup. He uses those to isolate a support hero and maybe can find a tier 1 tower out of this as well. Great decision coming out of Pelosi to get those Boots of Travel. He will slow down this Sheepstick of his, but he's going to find a tier 1 tower now. Does have enough gold for that Ultimate Orb. Can pick that up. Can start building towards his Scythe of Ice, and that's what he's going to do right now, I feel. There we go. Ultimate Orb picked up. Scythe of Ice is on the way. Now we do see we're heading towards that late game stage. Antimage, he only has these 2 big items. This is where you almost need to see either a heart or a butterfly at this point on Antimage, but it's not up for the time being, and it's not going to be up for, well, a bit. He's Vitality Booster, so he's going to go for the heart. Problem is late game against these heroes. Lifesteal and Nagasaran both great for taking him head on, and we're going to see Nagasaran probably go for a Diffusal Blade, at least at some point. And when the Mana Burn comes into play, that's going to prevent Antimage from using that blink out if he gets burned down. You've also got the Shadow Demon Disruption. This is another great anti-Antimage hero. Having Disruption, he's going for the 2. He's got 2 points in Disruption. We'll have to see what he wants to sort of prioritize here. He gets his final point in Shadow Poison, so not going for the additional points in Disruption. Disruption does scale pretty well. You get shorter cooldown as well as the longer illusion duration, so he's going to need to get that level 14 pretty fast if he wants to have that max out Disruption. Meanwhile, Nagasaran still looking to chasing them in jungle. Actually, all on his own. Lakelz needs to be careful. Puck going to go in with a silence here. Mantis Cell has been popped here. That's going to prevent Puck from doing too much chasing. Dreamcore being used, and oh! Doom comes in before Song of the Siren can be used. Lakelz, this is going to be the end of him. There's no escape from this, even with the slow coming out. Lakelz should take enough damage here. Heart not going to be doing any ticking. Mech actually going to be popped. Lakelz may just live with the help of that Mech now. Meanwhile, lower down, Doom actually does get finished off. Antimage trying to do some damage, trying to finally clean up. He does have to worry about TNK though. The life still is there. Nagasaran survived. The Mech came in and saved him. Lina has a mech. The support Lina with a mech saved his teammates. And now Lakel's going to have to return the favor for TNK. TNK kept alive here. Can he do any damage? He hasn't got any mana for a slow woods. He actually gets arcaned up now. He's found Antimage. Needs a bash to help finish him off. Antimage on the run. Bashed up. Finished off. Doom has actually come back. I believe he actually brought back into this fight. He's trying to take out TNK. TNK silenced off. He goes down. Should have buyback gold if he wants to use it. No, he does. He uses it right off the bat. He's got a Demon Edge in his hand. Pelosi now on the run. Elsewhere in the middle of this fight here. Doom. He's still in Viz. I don't think there's actually sentries or dust or anything to give any vision of him. He's going to Shadow Blade his way out of there. Antimage did end up getting finished off there. All said and done, I mean, that was a scrappy-ass fight, and Doom forced to buy back, but he had a ton of gold to play around with. He bought back for a good cause, finishing off the Lifestealer and helping make sure his team didn't get too badly beaten in that fight. TNK, what's this Demon Edge looking at? Either MKB or we're looking at crit, and I think it is maybe even almost preemptive, expecting to see a Demon Edge. Oh, they found Doom once again. He's just brought back. He's going to have to pop a Ghost Scepter out of this, but that's not going to help him survive. There's a Laguna Blade, which is going to be amplified by that GoScepter. MiTH, I mean, their transition to late game with this Queen of Pain Lifestealer combo really works out well. Just need the dust, and then they're finding this Doom isolated and killing him. Hasn't got the survivability needed to take that combo. Pelosin now at top lane, trying to finish off his Sheepstick. That's the one item for first departure, which will really help him out. As MiTH are actually sitting on an Observer Ward here. We're going to see a Blink engagement coming in. Immediate Blink out from Anti-Mage, and meanwhile Rubik, he gets caught out. He goes, I believe he stole a Blink. Yeah, he stole Anti-Mage Blink. I was about to say, that was an awfully long Force Staff coming out from a Rubik, but he stole Blink. You can't rely on it entirely because there is a silence on this Queen of Pain, so silence can always come in. Can always prevent that from being used.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lakel's now in the enemy jungle. This is something which he's done so much of this game, and this is something which has helped keep him on top consistently of this anti-mage. Farm up the enemy jungle. Deny them of this farm. Deny them of this XP. He's being hunted down now, though. Rubik as well as Puck are looking for him. They're going to drop an Observer Ward here. Would love to see some gems coming into play soon. There we go. Gem up on the Shadow Demon. Is there one for the Radiant team? I feel like they need... I mean, both teams essentially need one. Chen has a gem as well, so both teams need to just get map control. Warding at this point is just so important. Shadow Demon is going to come in and spot this, I believe. He knows it's there. He's invis, but he just wants to kill it. He's telling Lina to do it for him. Lina will oblige. Well, if he can stop missing. There we go. Finally stopped some misses. The misses end. Lakel's at bottom. He needs to be careful. He's actually about to say he does need to be careful because he's going to get blinked on by this Anti-Mage. There is an Anti-Mage ultimate. He's going to pop it right off the bat here. Pelosin still chasing with a call. Defensive disruption should keep Lakel's alive for a bit longer, and Lakel's with this heart is just too damn tanky. He's now going to get mana up as well, so he's got a Song of the Siren if he needs it. And he's going to drop it down, and he catches 3. Shan going to stay on the outskirts. Does have an ultimate to heal people up. You're going to have to pop that almost immediately. Abyssal Blade right off the bat onto Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage just burst down. Didn't stand a chance. He gets taken out of the fight. Soaring pop by Lakel's. He's going to ensnare or look to ensnare the Chen. Dodged by the GoScepter here. Chen also going to force stuff out, but Arbor going to come in from the side. TP coming out from Chen. Is it going to be in time? Not going to be the case. Gem drops to the ground. And Nagasiren saying, hey, look what I found here. This is nice and precious. Meanwhile, Doom over on the side here. He's going to get dusted up. Doom needs to get this TP out. Not going to happen. Arbor with an ultimate. 3 down. MiTH strike, and they strike hard. First departure. Find themselves getting caught out of position. Getting a bit overzealous there with their engagement. And it's the Nagasiren ultimate. This setup that you can get from this Song of the Siren just being so damn powerful. And MiTH now, they can go for Roshan, but more likely than not, they want to just go down this bottom lane, take a tier 3 tower, try and get themselves some Raxus. They've got 30 seconds with Anti-Mage down, and a good minute without the Doombringer online. There's that bottom lane. Lakel's and Arbor, well, they're pushing on. They're looking to do as much damage as possible here with this, while there's the 2 carries down. They should be able to get at least a tier 3 tower of this. The question is, can they get a Rax as well? And, well, TNK here, it's hard. So there's your answer. Tier 3 tower down, they're going to go into the Rax. Still 4 seconds without the Anti-Mage. No glyph up, and there's your melee Rexes down. It took him 43 minutes, but they are going to get... Pelosin goes blinking in, blinks into his own death. He's looking to just buy his team some time here. He's got buybacks. Doom going to buy back as well. 2 buybacks coming out from Puck and Doom, and that's going to force MiTH on the back foot. Nagasiren ultimate back on cooldown. Because of this 60-second cooldown, there's no chasing to be had. Puck trying to keep on going. Coil is going to be up, and they're going to find Shadow Demon on the side here. That gets him a gem back, but the kill itself is not really worth all that much. It's just the Shadow Demon. The gem is of some use, but I think Nagasiren has a gem. No. They stole a gem somewhere there. Queen of Pain has a gem, so now both teams with a gem of their own. They'll realize that Roshan is there. I think both teams should know at this point, but it's not going to be something that, well, I don't see First Departure making a play on Roshan at any point soon. TP back to base. The 2 supports just looking to heal themselves up. And now into the Roshan pit. MiTH go. And First Departure are just not in position. They are nowhere nearby to look and contest this. Aegis and Cheese probably looking at TNK. Yeah, he drops his TP score. He's looking to take at least one of them. Nagasiren may want the other. We'll see how they want to do this, but Lakel's has just proven to be so unkillable. Yeah, Queen of Pain, no. Oh, there's no cheese. I thought there was cheese. This is just the second Roshan, so just an Aegis up, and it goes to TNK as it should. Lakel's just, I mean, as I said, nearly unkillable. He's got a butterfly now as well. And he's not really the main damage dealer. He can do a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. With a butterfly now up on him, he's doing a lot of damage. Butterfly, Manta, Radiance, he's also got a lot of pushing power, but it's Lifestealer who's in the front lines, taking out heroes like Anti-Mage and Doom. He's the one who brings down these carries heroes nice and fast. As MiTH look to back things off, play this slow and steady. This is sort of an orange esports style of play where even when you're ahead, you just look to get further ahead. You don't look to go for something too risky of a play. And MiTH taking a page from their playbook. Puck, still no sheepstick. He used the buyback in that last fight, and that's going to cost him quite heavily. Doom, it's the same scenario. He's no item progression for quite some time. He's had these same items for a good 5-10 minutes now, and it's come from that buyback in the last fight and just the fact that he's really been forced to throw his life on the line. Hasn't been continually farming as much as he'd like. Anti-Mage, Heart of Trask is finished on him, but it's another hero who just hasn't found his way to get into this game. And Lifesteal with I mean, MKB almost preemptive, as if saying, I dare you go Butterfly Anti-Mage. And at this point, well, Butterfly is probably not going to be the item of choice for Anti-Mage, because there's an MKB up on Lifestealer, and you've also got the Abyssal Blade, so there's just too much damage. And damage that goes through evasion. Doom. Checking out to see if these are real. They're just chipping away on this range Rax. I love what this Nagasaren's doing. He's actually going to go through the mid lane now as well. He's dealing with all three lanes. The split push is just relentless. Anti-Mage is at mid going for a counter push of his own, but it's top lane. We've got TNK. Mid lane where you've got the Nagasaren illusion, and now he's going to go in bottom as well. He's going to finish off this range barracks. MiTH is coming in from all directions. They're so good at this. The two things they excel in, these big AoE wombo combo team fights and just split pushing and being so damn annoying. Nagasaren actually going to get doomed up in the mid lane, but there's not enough damage. It's just going to force the kills back. Doom doesn't even chase. Doom is no longer going to be an option for this fight. They're going to have to fight without it. Miracle trying to get into these fights. He's got a speed aura, but he really needs something like a Centaur stun. They're going to see a Laguna Blade thrown on the Rubik, brings him down. The top range barracks is going to be the first to go, and it looks like mid barracks are being dealt with as well. TNK going to try and finish off the Raxes. He switches his attention to the Doombringer. Queen of Pain comes in. GosuCup, they're going to... Whoa! It would have been enough to kill off the Doom, but Chen was there with a heal. Nagasaren ultimate. As mid-Rax is actually not being affected by it, but now it's top lane. Lifestealer finishes off. 5 of the 6 Raxes are rolled down, and MiTH have not lost a hero yet. TNK still taking things up. He lost his Aegis, but that's minor worries for them. Anti-Mage just can't fight, can't go into this. Doombringer, he's really the only farmed hero on this Radiant side who stands a chance at Dire Courier. Think of the animals, think of the animals. Dire Courier does take a fall, and right now, first departure, it looks like there's no options left for them. MiTH with 5 Raxes, and it looks like the final Rax is going to fall. The final piece of the puzzle. TNK just waiting his time, waiting for that opening to go in. He's got a 6-second rage. He can just look to go right-click it, and the rage is about to wear off. He just needs to back off. But the entire first departure team are back and alive, so MiTH, as said, not taking any chances. It's slow and steady. Even with a 70 HP Rax, Lifestealer doesn't dare go in. He could just pop the rage and look to go in, and he doesn't dare. There's no real disables or lockdown to go through it, but he still says, nope, let's play this safe. And now they're sending in illusions. Disrupt the Anti-Mage, send in the illusions from Shadow Demon. Can they kill them fast enough? Telekinesis? Close, but no cigar. Nagasaren is silenced up. He's got another set of mirror illusions in 3 seconds, and this should be the end of the Rax then. In goes Queen of Pain as well as TNK. Scream finishes off the Doombringer. TNK finishes off the range Rax, and that's Mega Creeps now. This is the end for first departure. There's no real fight once you're down Mega Creeps, even at 48 minutes in with a nicely farmed Doombringer and Anti-Mage. And Anti-Mage just doesn't have the farm you need. It's going to be MiTH going on to the Grand Finals. They're going to be up against Orange Esports in your GosuCup Asia Grand Finals number 5. Anti-Mage gets himself some last-minute redemption as he does bring down the Nagasaren with a big ultimate. Queen of Pain actually going to be in a bit of trouble here as well, but regardless of how this fight goes with first departure, you just can't see them pushing back through this. I mean, you've got buybacks up on most of these Dire heroes. You've got TNK, who's just an unkillable machine. Same for the kills. Kill him once, great. Kill him twice, not going to happen. And here goes Nagasaren. Sets things up perfectly for the team. Shadowblade going to wear off now. And now TNK going to get to work on this Doombringer. Anti-Mage as well, caught in the middle of things. Actually doing quite a decent amount of damage. Oh my homies, can he do it? No, he can't. The tier 4 towers at mid. Lakel's had enough. The fun is over. And it's not the Anti-Mage saying that, it's the Naga Siren. He's saying, let's end this. First departure. You put up a good fight, you took a game from us, but you're not going on to the Grand Finals. You're going to go on to the third place match. They're going to meet the Vietnamese side. Team Gameware. While Grand Finals, we're going to have Orange Esports up against MiTH Trust. That's going to be coming up soon, guys. Your Grand Finals here of the GosuCup Asia. As it's all going to be coming to an end. GosuCup Asia, of course, sponsored by Gigabyte as well as MSI. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Checking out MiTH Trust up against First Departure. Grand Finals action coming up soon. It's Orange Esports. Mushi, can anyone stop him? He's been an absolutely unstoppable killing machine so far. Orange Esports have not dropped a game. They haven't looked like they're close to dropping a game. And I don't know if MiTH Trust have what it takes to defeat him. I mean, this is, of course, MiTH Trust, but we're talking about Mushi, we're talking about Orange Esports, we're talking about the most dominant Southeast Asian team right now. So, we'll be back soon. You can follow Beyond the Summit, of course, to support us, and you can follow me on Twitter at BTS Gods. But more importantly, stay tuned because GosuCup Asia Grand Finals is coming up soon.